Welcome. Today's practice is a Vinyasa flow to explore our capacity to adapt and to bounce back and to recover, exploring our real resilience today. So let's start off lying down on our backs. Let's have the knees bent, resting in towards each other, feet wide. Placing one hand on your heart, one on your belly. Allow yourself to land in your body. Accepting the support of the ground and accepting the support of your breath. It could be nice to feel the sense of being supported, to invite in a sense of easefulness in your effort, little freedom in your flow. So begin to accept the fullness, but not forcefulness of your breath as you begin to breathe into all sides of your physical being. Maintaining this sense of support and dancing with your breath, supporting you from the inside out. Release your arms at your sides. Begin to windshield wiper your legs side to side. And you can take another moment to reflect on what resilience means to you. Right, this ability to recover. And really important in the process of recovering or switching directions, whatever speaks to you today or whatever situation you can bring to mind now, is to honor the middle. Bring your knees to center. Bring your feet closer together and separate your knees hip width apart. Right ankle over left thigh bone and hug your left knee in towards your left shoulder. Pause and breathe here. Right, often we try to skip over the messy middle. Allow this instead to be a practice to honor the middle, right? Exploring that messy middle without trying to push or force your way through. Taking moments of pause in that messy middle to look inward, to find power in that pause as you look inward to meet yourself where you are, right here, right now. Slowly releasing both feet on the ground and left ankle over right thigh bone, hugging that right knee in towards your right shoulder, not the chest, but more to the right side, relaxing your right heel. And so often we try to power our way through to be where we think we should be rather than honoring, taking pause and noticing and checking in that we're moving from a place of integrity and our truth. So you can allow that to inspire your practice today. But of course, anything else that calls to you can be your intention. And slowly releasing and extend your legs forward. And big body yawn. And slide your upper body and lower body to the right. Right hand could grab onto left forearm. And awaken your legs. Reach and extend through your heels as you breathe into the spaces in between your ribs. So architecturally, you're creating more space to invite in a healing, nourishing breath. Especially the spaces in between your ribs. This area tends to become constricted throughout the day or any challenging situations. So in a sense, inviting in the abundance of our breath can help support us on our path to recovering, bouncing back. And slowly bring it back to center, big body on in between. And to the other side, sliding upper body and lower body to the left. Left hand could grab onto right forearm, softening the front of the body to the back, and energize your legs. It could be a misperception or understanding that bouncing back means that we are going to return to exactly where we were before. Not always the case. And through reflecting and embracing that messy middle, we can think of recovery or resilience to a place where we feel more at home with ourselves. Doesn't mean that recovery is being exactly the same or in the same situation we were before. So that's where the beauty and the gift could be of the messy middle. Slowly bring it back on up to center, big body yawn, inhale. And exhale, bending both knees, hug your knees in towards your chest. You do a little rock and roll side to side. Or circles a couple times along your sacrum, 3 times about each direction. The other way. And then 5 rock and rolls forward and back with or without hands. So you can reach your arms overhead, and as you roll up, tap the ground. You can have your hands at your shins or hands behind your thighs. And we'll make our way onto our hands and knees, all fours. Let's press our wrists. Important to bring in a sense of resiliency and adaptability in our hands, as they are the expression of our hearts and our intentions throughout the day. Flip your fingertips to the sides of the mat or towards your knees, and you may need to shorten the stance here. Or circles with your entire body to the right, back, and to the side. And as the hips come back, allow the heels of the hands to lift a little bit, about 4 to 5 times each side. Softening your shoulders away from your ears. Relax your eyeballs and your face. And we'll bring it to center, fingertips forward. And come onto the back of the hands. Shoulders away from your ears, making fists. So open and close your hands for less intensity. Hands and knees closer to each other. About 2 more times. Slowly releasing, standing on your knees for a moment, circle your wrists. You can shake them out. And let's meet in hands and knees. Now address a little bit more of the shoulder blades and the thoracic spine, the upper back. Extend your left leg back behind you. Reach your right arm up, open the chest to the right as you exhale. Bring the left knee forward again and thread the needle, right arm somewhere in between your left wrist and your left knee. Do that 5 more times, own breath, left leg back, right arm up, and then thread the needle in a different spot in between your left wrist and your left knee. Own breath. And so we want to find a different angle as we free up our wings, our shoulder blades. Addressing and breathing and moving into the muscles in between the shoulder blades so we can accommodate a greater range of movement, exploring our movement possibilities. We'll meet center, switching sides. Right leg reaches back, left arm up. Thread the needle, right knee forward, left arm to the right. About 4 to 5 more points, different points. Relaxing your face. Feel free to linger anywhere that needs extra attention and awareness. And we'll meet hands and knees. Walk the wrists slightly in front of your shoulders. Spread the fingers wide. Wrist creases parallel to the front edge of the mat. Slight shoulder shrug here and melt the space in between your shoulder blades, and then curl the toes under. And pressing the hands down and forward as you lift your hips up and back. And keep your knees bent. Keep the armpits lifted. On your next exhale, you can lengthen the legs if you like. And press the hands down and forward, bringing more weight back into your legs. On your inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. And exhale, lengthen. 2 to 3 more times like that. Own breath. Make sure you're maintaining tiger-like pause. Gripping the mat slightly with your finger pads. So you're drawing energy up from the center of your palms to the base of your heart with each inhale. And with each exhale, you're sending that energy back on down into your hands, up the spine, up the sitting bones, and down the back of the legs on the exhale. Walk your hands to the back of the mat. Make your way into a ragdoll. Bend your knees so much from your belly touches your thighs. You could sway side to side like seaweed at the bottom of the sea. And opposite hand, opposite elbow if you like. Your hands are gently suggesting your elbows closer to the ground to help unload your spine and your head. Release the hands, press down to the feet, belly in and up, roll it on up. One vertebrae at a time, make your way to the top. 3 shoulder circles at the top. And then we'll walk to the top of the mat. Top of the mat, feet about inner hip width distance apart. You start to get a little bit more bouncy in your body. Let the arms dangle. We're inviting in this sense of bouncing back, not in a forceful way, maintaining a sense of ease. Then we'll bend the knees and the arms cross in front. And as you press down, lift up, sweep the arms up, and then let the arms dangle. One crosses in front of the other, alternating. So inviting in a sense of easefulness in the arms, and then reaching up as you press the heels down. Another 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold it at the top, interlace your fingers, squeeze your arms towards straight, and lean on over to the right. 2 little bounces here, 10 little bounces at your end range, fighting in our sense of bouncing back and elasticity, the fascial connections. Come back on up, and the other way. 10 little bounces here. Another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift on up, separate the hands, maybe gaze up, exhale, hands to the heart. Soften your hip creases, bend the knees, and fold forward. Halfway lift long through the spine, whatever variation you like. And as you exhale, hands on the ground, step back into plank pose, into a high push-up position. Just in the mic. Inhale, and as you exhale, lowering all the way down. Locust pose variation. Lift everything up, palms facing inward. And do 3 shoulder circles here in one direction. And your locust as you lengthen away from the ground, and then the other direction. And we'll meet downward facing dog, hips up and back. That will be one of the variations of our Sun A's today. 3 times, lift your heels, bend the knees on your inhale, keep the armpits lifted, and exhale, lengthen the legs, lengthen the spine as you press your hands down and forward. 2 more times. Lift heels, bend knees on your inhale, and exhale to lengthen. 1 more time, inhale, and exhale, lengthen. Lift the heels, bend the knees, and on your exhale, step hop, float, little hop to the top, halfway lift, and forward fold. Root down, rise up, extended, and 3 times we'll do the swing arms, bend the knees, 3, 2, and 1. Let's meet at the top, leaning to the right, 3 little bounces, 3, 2, 1, center, other way, 3, 2, 1, center, separate the hands, and on your exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale, exhale, step back plank. Inhale, pause at the top, fill up with your breath, exhale, lower down. Now either locust like you did before, or upward facing dog with the 3 shoulder circles each direction. Kind of awkward. Embracing the awkward. Getting off at the bus stop that you need. And we'll meet downward facing dog. Hips up and back, 3 times lifting heels, bending knees. Exhale, lengthening. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more time. And then inhale, lift the heels, bend your knees. Exhale, step, hop, or float to the top. halfway lift, and forward fold. One more time through. Inhale up. Exhale, bend the knees, swing the arms. One more time. Knee at the top, interlace the fingers, and lean to the right. 3 little bounces. Up. The other way. Up. And then hand to the heart. Forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. And exhale, step it back, plank. Inhale. And exhale, lowering down. Locust or upward facing dog with those 3 shoulder circles. Meet yourself where you are. And then downward facing dog. Hips up and back 3 times, bend the knees. Hold breath and straighten. Maintain that imprint of your breath, especially of the inhale in the back body, even when you exhale. Good. Now we'll lift the heels, bend the knees, and on your exhale, step your right foot forward. Reach your right fingertips past the right corner of your mat and spin your back foot flat. Take your left hand to your sacrum, so the back of the hand to the back of your sacrum. We'll make our way into a variation of Halfmoon. You'll walk your left foot forward, shift the weight into your right foot, and activate your left leg and foot as soon as it lifts. Left shoulder blade back of the heart, keep the right knee slightly bent. Spin the heart to the sky, stay here, or reach your left arm up. For another 3, 2, and 1. Bend the right knee, reach back for the landing for a warrior 2. Straighten out your front leg, triangle pose. Pressing down to the right big toe, right thigh bone back, staying up higher with your right hand than you normally do. And flip your left palm forward, left bicep over your left ear. From the 2 halves of your pelvis, press down to the feet. Stay here or flip your right palm up and reach your right arm parallel to the ground, like you're holding on to a giant beach ball. For another 3, 2, and 1. Bend the right knee, left arm up, warrior 2. I'm going to change directions so you can see. Straighten out your front leg and bring your feet parallel to each other. Let the arms swing. And you're going to bend your knees side to side, like a little skater, a little free flow. And then you're going to lift up the opposite leg in which your arms swing. So very similar to that we did in the beginning in that chair-like pose. Fast or slow as you like. Easefulness. And the arms as you maintain steadiness, but a sense of bouncing back in your legs. Another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both feet on the ground, 5-pointed star, feet parallel. And then exhale, hands to the ground, folding forward, finding your forward fold. If you like, straighten the arms, halfway lift, bend the knees, long spine, and as you exhale, lengthen the legs as you bend the elbows, shift the weight a little bit more forward, shoulders away from the ears. You could do that 2 more times. Bend the knees, straighten the arms, lengthen the spine, exhale. Press down from the pelvis as you bend the elbows and lengthen. 1 more time. Own breath. Then halfway lift, walk both hands to the original front of the mat, to the right. Left hand slightly more forward. Slide your right foot halfway back, right hand to right hip, side plank variation. Spin all your toes to the right outer edge of your left foot. Lift the bottom hip up even higher, right arm up, flip the right palm forward. Right bicep over your right ear for 3, 2, and 1. Downward facing dog. You can take a high to low push-up if you like. And we'll do that all on the other side. Lift your heels, bend your knees. Step your left foot forward. Reach your left fingertips towards the left corner of your mat. Spin the back foot flat. Take your right hand, back of the right hand to your sacrum. Walk the right foot forward so you can shift the weight into your left leg. Lift the right leg up. Energize your right leg and your right foot as soon as it lifts. Right shoulder blade back of the heart. Now you're turning the left side of your pelvis to the right. Stay here or right arm up to the sky and breathe. For 3, 2, and 1. Bend the right knee, reach back for the left knee. Reach back for the landing with the right foot. Straighten out your front leg and come into triangle pose. So making sure you're leaving enough space in this shape for your breath. The left hand may be higher than you normally do. Right palm spins forward, right bicep over right ear. Take the sides of the waist back, especially the right side waist, the top side waist. Stay here or flip the left palm up and hold on to that giant beach ball in between your hands for another 3, 2, 1. Warrior 2, make your way on up. Straighten out the front leg and swing the arms, bring the feet parallel. And then swing the arms side to side and add a little bit of that bounce, pressing away from the ground. For another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Finding your center, let the arms settle to stillness. Interlace the hands behind your back. Feet slightly, toes turn slightly inward, and the rotation is coming from the upper thigh bones. Open up through the heart and exhale, fold. Reach your knuckles to the sky, shoulders from your ears. Relax your face. And slowly release your hands to the ground. Come into a halfway lift. Walk your hands to the front of the mat, coming into a low lunge. Slide your left foot halfway back, right hand slightly more forward, left hand to left hip, side plank variation. All the toes spin to the left. Spin the eye of your right elbow to the right. Lift the bottom hip up higher, left arm up. Left bicep over your left ear. For another 3. Lean the back of the head, back of the heart, back. 2, and 1. Downward facing dog to child's pose. Couple cycles of breath here. In your child's pose, you can even sweep the arms back. Let's all sweep our arms back. Bend the elbows slightly and take the back of your hands to your sacrum. Be sort of like a Sun A series, but on our knees. So press down to the tops of the feet and making way like you would for extended mountain pose. But on your knees, sweep the arms up. Inhale, and as you exhale, you're hinging at your hip creases, long spine, and returning into child's pose. So you're hinging at those hip creases. Do that 4 more times. Rhythm of your own breath. So it's almost like a locust pose as you wake up the muscles of your back body and also waking up the bottom fibers of your glutes to assist you in that hip extension that brings you up. Pressing the tops of the feet down. And we're gonna add on, let's meet the arms extended up. And as you exhale, hands forward, hip back. Float it forward on your next inhale onto hands and knees, all fours. And your exhale, curl the toes under, downward facing dog. So do a couple cycles of breath like that. Inhale, lower down to your knees. Exhale, bring the hips back and sweep the arms back. Inhale, come back on up. And exhale, arms back. Sweep your arms forward. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees. And exhale, sweep the arms back, child's pose. Reaching on up, rhythm of your own breath. And folding. Hands and knees. Downward facing dog, hips up and back. Lower the knees down. Bring it back. And one more time, lifting up. This time, bring your hands to your heart and have a seat on your heels. Lifting back on up. This time, stay upright, but lower your arms in front. And then do 3 big circles backwards. 3 big circles backwards. Good. Let's reach the arms forward again. And now we lean back, but keeping the knees, hips, ribs, shoulders, and head best you can in one line. So the more I lean back, the more I need to press the tops of the feet down, tone the bottom fibers of my glutes, and bring the tailbone more forward. I'm lifting my frontal hip points for more core engagement. Do that 3 more times. Own breath. Leaning back. And after your last round, we're going to do 3 big circles back towards camel pose. So you're going to lean back, the arms to reach up, and then sweep them back, either to the back of your legs, any blocks, or your heels. Make your way into your camel. Keep the back of the neck nice and long. For 3, 2, 1, press down to the shins, lift from the back of the ribs, and reach your arms back on up. Lower the arms, we'll do 1 more time. In front, 3 big circles, backstroke. Last round, lean back like we did before, reaching for wherever you're reaching for today. Then lift the back of the heart, keep the back and neck nice and long, and tone your glutes for another 3, 2, 1. Lift by pressing down, back of the ribs. Reach your arms up, and then bring your hands to your heart and sit on your heels. Breathe. You can close your eyes or find one soft point of focus. The ground in front. And slowly make your way onto your hands and knees. A couple cat-cows, rinse cycle. Whatever feels good to you. And let's cross at the ankles or sweep your feet around and come onto your back. There's some variations of bridge pose. Feet hip-width distance apart. So you're placing your feet in a comfortable stance. As you lift your hips, reach your right arm overhead, just your right arm. And then lower the right arm as you lower the hips, and the left arm. And keep alternating the arms 2 more times, each direction. Each side. Make sure you're lifting by pressing your heels down, belly and ribs down. And let's add both arms at the same time. So the hips lift, reach the arms overhead, and lower the arms as the hips lower. 3 more times. Rhythm of your own breath. 3 more times. Own breath. And after your last round, keep those hips lifted. And then interlace your hands underneath your hips until, oops, sorry, so this picture's not on.
Hi, Brooke, I can't see you anymore. Oh, there you go.
Can you hear me now? You can see me now?
Yeah, now I can see you.
Okay, awesome. So keep the hips lifted and interlace your hands underneath your hips. Then snuggle your shoulder blades closer into the back of your heart. Soften the sides of the waist back. And press to the outline of your feet and breathe here. So as we stay in this pose, we're doing a lot of dynamic movement today. Maintain that movement and that support of your breath for another 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing your hands. And let the knees rest in towards each other. Bring your feet wider and placing your hands either on the lowest part of your belly or one on your heart, one on your belly. Relax your face. Okay, 1 more of those. Any bridge you like. It include lifting one knee and the other, or a wheel pose. Getting yourself set up, maintaining again that sense of breath and awareness of your support from the ground. So you can set up again with those robot arms that we've done a couple classes before. Lift the hips first, fingertips sort of underneath your shoulders, maybe a little bit wider than you normally do. Elbows closer in, plug the arm bones down, onto the top of the head, and on your next inhale, lift the hips a little bit higher and then press everything down and away, making your way into your bridge pose for another 3, 2, and 1, tucking the chin. Slowly make your way on down, knees rest in, one hand to your heart, one to your belly. Allowing your breath to settle. Taking these power in the pauses, right? It's good to stop and notice the effect of your effort so you can check in and move forward with truth and integrity. You're going to roll on over to your right side. Slowly make your way on up to a seated position. And then extend your legs forward. Hands by your hips. Get nice and long to the spine. You can even do jello legs. So do chandrasana, head to knee pose. Bend your right knee in towards your chest and then open the right knee to the right. And a little bit wider so your right heel is about in line with your right inner groin. And then slide the bum flesh out from underneath you so you get even more grounded. Turn to face the left leg, your extended leg. Get nice and long through the spine. Now tuck your chin slightly towards your chest, but broaden through your collarbones. And hinging at your hip crease, walk it forward just a little bit. And then maintain length in your lower back and the tucking of the chin slightly downwards, as if you're collecting and containing your energy. You could walk a little bit more forward. So you could think of this variation of a forward fold, and it's also a twist, as a way of maintaining enough space in your body to invite in the abundance of your breath, and also as a way to contain it, and to contain your energy and your breath, your life force here. Breathing fully into all sides of your container, your vessel. You can use this posture as a way to examine places where your energy might be leaking, not only on the mat, but also off the mat. Okay, that's where we have a lot of power in the pause to notice, where can I contain my energy a little bit more? Slowly releasing. Bring your right knee up and extend your right leg forward. Let's switch sides. Left knee in. Open the left knee to the left. Slide the left knee a little bit wider, so left heel about in line with your left inner groin. Start with the bent knee first. Lean forward so the inner thighs spiral in and apart. And get nice and long to the spine as you turn your inner body to your right leg. Drop the chin slightly. It's also known as the lock Jalandhar Bandha in yoga philosophy. Walk the hands, keep the chin slightly tucked. Slightly forward, broaden to the chest. Sides of the throat back stay here. This side might be different. Maybe you're reaching towards your foot. Maybe you keep your fingertips slightly forward, maintaining length. So like a nodding, I'm always checking myself on this, of the head, like it's a pivot point of where your skull and your neck meet. Right, so it's not a collapsing of your head, it's like kind of like a slight nodding in, almost like you're creating a double chin. Containing your energy as you breathe fully into your three-dimensional physical beingness. Another 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing. Long spine, left knee in, extend your left leg forward. Shake it out. Bend your knees. Make your way onto your back. Hug your right knee in. Interlace your hands behind your right leg. Extend your right leg to the sky. Reach your right heel to the sky and press the right thigh bone away from you. And extend your left leg forward if that's fair and friendly for you. Another 3, 2, and 1. Bend your right knee. And take your left hand to your right knee. Take your right arm out to the right. With your exhale, doesn't have to come all the way down. Right knee to the left. And then inhale, bring it back on up. 2 more times like that. Rhythm of your own breath. Right knee to the left, guiding it with your left hand. In this last round, let's keep the right knee to the left. You can use your left hand if you want to energetically guide your right hip away from your right armpit. Gaze could be to the right. Another 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing. Bringing the right knee to center, right foot down. Bend your left knee, hug it in. Interlace your hands behind your left leg. Extend your left leg to the sky. Reach your left heel up and extend your right leg forward. Press the left thigh bone away from you. And breathe. So you're lengthening your leg bones evenly away from each other. Another 3, 2, and 1. Bending the left knee, right hand to left knee. Left arm to the left. Exhale. Guiding your left knee to the right. And on your inhale, using the awareness of your core, bring it to center. 2 more times. Own breath. And lower. Again, you can use your right hand to energetically press the outer left hip away from your left armpit. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bring it to center. Hug both knees into your chest. Always an optional happy baby. Soles of the feet to the sky, or you could bring the soles of the feet together and closer in towards your face. Finding your happy baby. Even rock side to side. And then we'll slowly release. Any other posture you feel like you need. 6 to 8 cycles of breath, yogi's choice. We'll meet in a short but sweet resting pose. Feel free to take up lots of space. You can even take a couple moments to reflect where in your life, in a certain situation, as you cultivate your sense of resiliency, and you become more mindful of the messy middle, that you're not rushing through or destroying the middle by powering through. I also like to think of it, besides the messy middle, but as embracing the awkward as you explore new ways of being and moving. Again, not only on the mat, but also off the mat. All right, we can invite in and cultivate resiliency at different speeds. It does not have to be lightning fast. Also keeping in mind in this messy middle that as we recover, as we bounce back, it might be something new, right? Not being the same place that we were before. And only through being mindful of that messy middle can we move and recover from a place of truth. And then give up any of those reflection intentions up to that vast ocean of consciousness. Allow yourself to be filled with awareness and easefulness as you give the weight of your body, your bones to the ground. Right? You're giving the weight of your body, maybe of your intentions, to the support of the ground and the support of your breath. So allow yourself to be breathed. You're no longer controlling your breath. You are supported in whatever process you're going through. Soften the space in between your ears. And stay here as long as you're able to, as long as you have the opportunity. If not, you can slowly begin to deepen your breath, bringing movement back to your fingers and toes, gently turning your head side to side. With awareness, bring your legs closer together, bending your knees, hug them into your chest, giving yourself a hug of gratitude for investing this time on your mat. With awareness, roll on over to your right side. Head's the last thing to come on up. Comfortable seated position, eyes can be closed. For a soft gaze, overlap your hands on top of your heart. As you think of one thing in your life that you are grateful for, no matter how big or small. We'll end together with one cleansing breath. First, empty out all the air from your lungs. Inhale through your nose, fill up. And exhale, ha. And as always, gratitude for practicing together. May it all be of benefit to us and everybody else around us. Namaste.